Hey folks, Rob here with another unboxing. We're going to have a 2-for-1 on this day. So we just picked this up again, Tadnat Games from Halifax, Nova Scotia. ASL Oktoberfest 37 Action Pack number 18. So we're going to open this up and we're going to check out the 2 new maps and 14 scenarios. It's the first action pack I've owned, so it should be pretty good. Let's get into it. All right, so this is looks what we get. We get front back cover sheets. We get 2 map boards, 91 and 92, and it goes with the winter offensive ones I just got, 89.90. So it looks like we have 4 more map boards to use, and 14 scenarios. So action pack 191 to 204. Very nice. All right, so it looks like scenarios are all designed by Pete Schelling and Bill Sisler. I've never seen any of these scenarios, so that should be good. The map art's Charlie Kibler, as always, and various play testers and proofers. Right, first up, we got East Wind Action Pack 191, and it's with 3 border, eh? Early Russia, 1941. As usual for these, they're relatively short for being tournament kind of scenarios. We got 6.5 turns. We've got 4 SSRs and about 16 squads-ish per side, including some armor and guns. Oh, Russian personnel can also have skis and winter camouflage. Interesting. And the Russians do get some OBA. As well, in civilian interrogations in effect with the Russians in a friendly country, so one more optional rule that is now a good rule. AP 192 is in Guadalcanal, so it's PTO. Um, Americans versus Japanese, only 4.5 turns, and it looks like it uses not even half of one map board, so that's pretty cool. But a half dozen squads on each side. Shitload of leaders for the Japanese. They got 5 leaders. Wow. To the Americans 4. Large leader to squad complement. Like there's more Japanese leaders than there are squads. Interesting. All right, and then there's 193. Hit it and quit it. Again, 4.5 turns. Relatively small. We have Germans versus partisans. In Slovakia, 44. Again, just uses a small portion of a map board with one overlay, looks like. Yeah. No bore sighting. German trucks are immobile. Partisans have mall capability, but cannot form multi-location fire groups, which kind of makes sense. I believe that's standard anyways. 194, not fade away, which is consisting of 2 boards, of which you only use half. And it looks like A to P and R to GG, so it's not even a full half board, it's just 1 hex row under. 6.5 turns, and it is Germans versus Americans. Once more, we have about 16 squads. I should say the condition is win a game end by amassing more BP than the Germans, and there's a list of victory point costs, what different things are. Oh, interesting SSR number 3. German units may route towards any south board edge hex as if it were a building. They may consider upward hexes along the south edge as buildings for row purposes and route off board. Break in on roll ban A. So this is in Germany's December 44. And we've got Americans versus Germans again. Looks like it's SS. Yep, versus first line Americans. Again, 10, 11 dozen per side kind of thing. And mix up armor as well. Looks like the 447s in the German Order of Battle are SS. So they have their broken morale increase. So I guess if you have Festung Budapest with the SS Orders of Battle or some other module, you could just use those ones. All right, and then we got silver and bronze, number 196. This one's 6 turns, 3 map boards with 4 overlays. That's pretty big for a tournament. But we've got 25 German squads versus what, 15? 15 American squads of various quality. Got 747s all the way down to green 536s. And again, you got 5 leaders plus a hero for the Americans. Very leader heavy. Is on, I guess, ground snow. Yeah, weather is ground snow. And overcast with falling snow at scenario start. Oh, okay. So there'll be some line of sight hindrances for the Germans as they attack. AP-197, Killer Cats, and Easy 8s. We got 3 map boards. Looks to be the 92 as well as 6944. Task Force Poker. So this is all armored. This might be worth playing for Dave and I. It is 3 boards, which is hard to film because of the size. We want a clarity, but at the same time, it's kind of hard to show it. And because this is all armor, they're going to be moving super fast. But it looks like you've got 16 tanks versus 8 German tanks. America moves second, and the German moves first. So I guess the American sets up first, and then the German moves, or they both enter. Oh, they both enter from off board. Okay. So Americans enter off the south edge, or along the south edge, and the Germans enter along the north edge. Each vehicle having already expended half of its moving point allotment. Oh, and 4 American AIBs can have gyros. That's this looks a cool one, Dave. You want to try it? Killer Cats and Easy 8s. All right, Hassel at Hasselt. Funny. We got British versus German in February 45. So it's rather late war. One overlay on the 2 map boards. I don't think I have 71. Yeah, German's got a good mix. I mean, they're 447s, which kind of sucks. But they do have 2 Jagdpanzers, 5s, and 75 long AT guns. So that should do a fair number, except the British got... The British have 12 kangaroos, I think. Yeah. So they got 12 kangaroos to carry all their squads. They got a flamethrower tank and a couple of Achilles tank destroyers. So, not to mention 4 Sherman. 4 Sherman's ECR mud, no wind at start, and mud is in effect. All roads are paved. Roger that. All right, so then we have Nord's End, AP-199. Looks like to be, again, like a dozen or so squads versus a dozen squads. A very mix of ordnance, no ordnance, just tanks, trucks, and a Jeep on the American side. And we have first line 666s for the Americans. A lot of armor. They got 9 tanks, or I should say 7 tanks and a couple of armored half-tracks. Right, AP-200 is Chukov's Revenge. So Chukov was the general that was in charge of the 62nd in Stalingrad. Well, this is really interesting. Germans have an ELR-2, which is sent. It's 29 April 45, so right at the war's end. And this is in Berlin. And the Russians have an ELR-4, and they get 6 small rafts to cross a canal. I assume one of those is a canal board. 23, I think, is the canal board, and 45. And 7.5 turns, designed by Bill Sisler. No quarters in effect. Russian AVF Scherzen, interesting. And we got a King Tiger in there, as well as an 88 long with 2 37s for the Germans. So it should be leadership. It really sucks for the Germans. They got an 8-1, a 7-0, and a 6-1, or 6+1. Wow. Interesting. Then we have Goodbye Geishas, another Pacific one. Oh, this is Vietnam, or Korea, excuse me. We have the Koreans versus the Americans. I don't own Forgotten War yet, so it's I don't think we'll be playing this one. I do want to get it eventually, of course, but right now, no. AP-202, Little Rats. So here we have, again, Americans versus North Koreans, 4.5 turns with a half board. So it's very, very playable, I would say. Probably less than 2 hours, I'd imagine. One thing I like about some of the third-party designers is they have the playtime estimate on the scenarios. Sometimes that's kind of good if you want to pick one. Yeah, this one's got night rules in effect. Yeah, I could probably see it being played in less than 2 hours. It's very small. But then we have 203, the Walled City, 2 deluxe boards, looks like. Yep. I don't have any of the, I just got the old deluxe boards, I think A through D. I don't have E and I, or L, whatever that is. And again, it's North Korea, so it's something I don't have. And then finally, here's another one, Southside Seesaw, AP204. Looks to be, that is a weird board choice. I assume that's deluxe boards. Alpine Hills are in effect. Oh, I see. So DX10 and DX11 are 2 deluxe size overlays, I assume, to have a alpine terrain. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? We never done alpine terrain. Peach shelling design, 5.5 turns, and again, North Koreans versus Americans. All right, first up, we got board 92, which is another city board. It's got a couple of level 2 hills around it with varied terrain. So it looks like we got several 1-hex multi-level buildings. Could probably represent most European terrain, I'd imagine. Paved streets through the city and then turns to gravel roads, dirt roads through the rest. Or I should say unpaved roads. I like this board. This board looks really cool. We have board 91, which is, wow, that's some difficult ass terrain. It's all a combination of brush, valley, and woods. That's a very difficult one to maneuver around. That is a very interesting board. I can't imagine what kind of line of sights you'd have, but nothing good for sure. I could see a lot of gunfights happening right across the valley, not even going inside it. All right, then we have the back, which is just a summary of what we find in here. So here you can see the 2 map boards, as well as a summary of all of the scenarios that are included in Oktoberfest 37 Action Pack number 18. And there we have it. So Oktoberfest 37 Action Pack 18. Yeah, it looks like there'd be a nice little bundle of scenarios in there. I don't have the Korea module, Forgotten Wars, so we'll have to look into getting that. But I've already identified 1 or 2 that I wouldn't mind giving a go. So, Dave, when you see this, get ready for that. All right, that's enough for me. We'll see you guys next video. Bye-bye.